There's nothing like going to the video store and just perusing the shelves, looking at some movies, particularly 2000s cheap-ass horror films. I'm somewhat of a lover of that genre, but really what it is I think I have an addiction to also just collecting movies from that era. That was my time, and the 2000s were so important to me. I had a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows, but here's what this video is about. I still have a functioning video store near me. Now, I'm pretty cautious about always saying where places are or where I'm from because some of you watching this are just clear psychopaths. But this place is only a Google click away, so F it. I'll tell you where it's at. It's a place called National Video in Monroe, Louisiana. Now, I frequent this place all the time. Now, the cool thing is they actually let me come in and buy a lot of old horror movies. Some of them haven't been rented since they basically were released. Some not ever. Every now and again, they'll say, this was rented 2 years ago, actually. But they'll sell me the discs, especially if there's a duplicate, if they have 2 or 3 of them. And this place is gorgeous. It still has all the colors of the vintage 90s video stores. It's got greens, blues, and pinks, purples, and the shelves are those classic movie shelves that are front and back. You go forwards and backwards, look up and down the shelves. It is amazing. It's the definition of a time capsule. When you go in this place, it is full-fledged a time capsule. I love it so much. But I came away with a stash of movies today we're going to look at. Some of these are absolutely horrible. But before I do that, I'll show you this little bit of a bonus. So I have a Goodwill right near that area. Some of you psychos probably looked this place up and saw that the area had a Goodwill. I'm kidding. But anyway, I have a Goodwill near the area, and I saw this. I just had to rescue it. It's Supernatural Season 13, completely shrink-wrapped. I got it at Goodwill for $1. $1. Yes, I have the whole show on Blu-ray, but for $1, I'm going to rescue that. So we have that. But yeah, I came away with some pretty cool stuff, and we're going to look at it. Some of these are things I really like getting. Some of them I truly just get because the cover arts look either A, ridiculous, or B, intriguing, but more so ridiculous. Some of these could probably be the worst movies ever made, which makes this even more fun. Here we go. The first one we got, guys, is actually something I'm able to add to my Masters of Horror line. As you can see, the Spine Masters of Horror. I've got Jennifer from the director of Suspiria and Opera. Obviously, we know that is Dario Argento. I remember Peltz, I believe, was Dario Argento. But let's read about this. Steven Weber of The Shining and The Stand and Desperation star as Frank Spivey, a detective who rescues a strange young girl with a horribly disfigured face and lusciously ripe body from a deranged killer. Okay. When Spivey takes responsibility for the mentally challenged orphan, she reveals herself to be a creature of untold carnal pleasure. Okay, I think I remember this one. And unspeakable violent depravities that may lead him straight to hell. She is seductress, psychopathic, and succubus all in one, and her name is Jennifer. The legendary Dario Argento directs this jaw-dropper that features a haunting score by Claudio Simonetti of Goblin, Dawn of the Dead, and Tenebrae. I think this one was okay. I definitely think I remember liking Peltz more. Was Peltz him? I hope it was. I may could be comparing it to a movie that he didn't even do. But yeah, I like these individual releases, and these are always fun to find. So there's Jennifer, ladies and gentlemen. So what's next in this pile of crap? Oh, man. How about this, everybody? This was a movie I used to see on the Netflix browse section in 2010 all the time. A movie called Shrooms. So I rewatched this movie. It's barely okay. It's funny because I posted this on my YouTube community tab when I watched this. And it was so funny how somebody was like, Christian, man, it's really cool what you're doing, talking about a lot of these 2000s movies. I was like, if I talked about Shrooms, I would get laughed out of the room probably. But it's not a bad movie. It's a bad movie, but it's not a horribly bad movie. It actually tries, right? It actually tries. This group go to Ireland to visit, and there's these mushrooms that one of the local guys is like, don't eat them. People eat them, and they start seeing crazy shit like this thing on the back. It's worth a watch. It's worth a watch, but this is from Magnet, which is a label that has some interesting titles. I know that Magnet had Return to Sleepaway Camp, which obviously is vastly out of print now. But I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I'll put it to you like that. And there you have it, guys. There's the National Video logo on the inside of the disc. So, yeah, Shrooms. See if that's still on Netflix. That's got Tubi written all over it now, though. But, man, the 2000s were a magical time for straight-to-video style horror films. God, man. I just get these great feelings when I think about it. Let's see what's next. This is cool. I got this. As you can see, it's got the horror sticker on it, so you know I got it from the video store. And there it is. National Video Superstore. Oculus. This was a WWE and Blumhouse feature, which is just crazy to think about. But Oculus, what's cool about this is I remember this being really good. And it's funny because I did a video talking about the Kane See No Evil movies, but I think this is probably the best WWE horror movie. And it's a rental exclusive. What does that mean? I don't know. Let's see. I don't think it means anything. 2014, but it's Mike Flanagan, who's a fantastic director. So I highly recommend this movie if you haven't seen it. But I think I got it because of that rental exclusive. I have no idea if it means anything, but there you have it. Oculus, from the producers of Paranormal Activity and Insidious. Good movie, though. Good movie. Not Flanagan's best, but one of his best. This I've never seen. I got this because of the artwork. I used to see this all the time at Blockbuster. Right, I remember because after Katrina in 2005, where I moved now, I would go to Blockbuster. I didn't have any friends. I mean, my life started over, and I was a very shy kid. So for like a good year, I basically watched movies all the time, or just went to Blockbuster all the time and spent hours in there. I used to remember seeing this on the shelf constantly, the pumpkin carver. Every face. I've not seen this movie, but look at the back. God, nothing screams 2000s more than a hillbilly guy with a green John Deere hat and then a scantily clad babe. Jonathan and his beautiful sister have moved to a new town in order to start over, leaving a horrible past behind. With the future looking bright, they kick things off with a wild Halloween party on a deserted farm, but there's one guest who wasn't invited and won't let them forget their past. A gruesome, pumpkin-headed killer is ready to party and dying to do some carving. This year, don't answer the door. The trick-or-treat bags are body bags. Well, this is a Halloween movie. Cool. The Pumpkin Carver. Look at the cover art of that. What do you know, folks? There you have it. The Pumpkin Carver. What's not to love? Next up, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. So, if you're a viewer of this channel, a regular viewer, you know that my passion is zombie films. Good and bad. The last zombie film we did a feature on was Return of the Living Dead 6, a.k.a. Bombshell Bloodbath, which I ended up talking to the director of the film, and you know, it was a cool thing. He's actually optioning that right now to try to get a Blu-ray, and he told me I could do the interview for the bonus features. So this may be the first time I'll ever be on a Blu-ray disc. Fingers crossed on that. I saw this, and I said, holy smokes, this has to be disgustingly bad. Night of the Living Dead Resurrection. It's so bad that the back of the case doesn't show any clips from the movie. It just has like a drawing, or like a cartoon image of a zombie girl. This was put out by Lionsgate. There's the disc. What year did this come out? I'm hoping this is horrible. 2013. I'm hoping this is horrible and will make me do a 3-part video series on this. Night of the Living Dead Resurrection. Even the zombie has got the look on his face like, oh, God, this is going to be horrible. Like, look at his face. He just looks... So far, that may be the worst movie that we have on this list so far. I don't know. We'll see. This one is one of the more expensive titles I got because it was a buy it used. And they usually cut me a good deal on all the stuff I want to get. This looks horrible. Book of the Dead. But what's crazy about this is from Wild Eye Releasing, which I think is kind of a boutique label. I remember hearing about Wild Eye all the time, but here you go, folks. $7.95. Previously viewed, which means somebody watched it. Camille Montgomery, Mario Ravelli, and Ocean Jaramillo. How bad is this? Is it worse than which one's worse? Please, somebody watching this say you've seen Night of the Living Dead Resurrection. The thing, you guys need to understand something about me. If you say, oh, Christian, that movie's horrible, then that's going to motivate me to watch it. If you say it's actually okay, I'm not going to want to watch it. But if you tell me it's the worst movie ever made, I'm going to be like, I'm in. Next up, guys, we got Circus Kane, the horror movie of the fall. By Dread Central, the horror movie of the fall. Let that sink in. What do you think about Circus Kane? It's the horror movie of the fall, I guess. Nothing else came out. That's the part of the quote that they leave off. All right, let's read about Circus Kane. Look at that thing. All right. The notorious and disgraced circus master Balthazar Kane invites an unsuspecting group of social media stars to the revival of his Circus Kane by promising $250K to any of them who can make it through the night. Kane's true plan quickly proves to be far more sinister as the contestants realize more than money is on the line. The group must fight for their lives to escape Kane's demented house of horrors. Wait up, social media stars. This is 2016. Wow. So this isn't that old. This is 8 years old. It's probably disgusting. This I got because I have never heard a soul talk about this. What's popular right now? Terrifier. Where did Terrifier start? Art the Clown. All Hallows Eve. Everybody knows about All Hallows Eve, and most of you know about All Hallows Eve 2. Did any of you know that there was an All Hallows Eve 3? Did any of you know that? The dead have stories to tell. 3 tales of terror to make make your flesh creep and your heart pound. Deadly spirits back from the grave with vengeance in mind give fuel to these tales of supernatural horror. This autumn anthology includes a story adapted from the work of master horror writer Gary Brander, author of The Howling, Demons from Beyond, Soul-Seeking Revenge, and more for the scariest Halloween of all. This was 2016 by Sector 5 Home Video. I don't think Damien Leone has any involvement with this one. Holy crap, look at this disc. This looks bootleg. Let's see if this is a burned disc. That's a burned disc. How low budget was this thing? Sector 5 Films. Oh my god. This I can't wait to watch. Brie Olson, Scott Tepperman, and Al Snow, the wrestler from WWF, in Camp Massacre. I had looked at this like 7 or 8 times, and finally I said, Christian, stop just looking at that and get it, because you want to get it for Al Snow. So I definitely did get it for Al Snow. I love Al Snow. He was one of my favorites. It's The Biggest Loser meets Friday the 13th. That's an interesting way to put this. 10 contestants appear on a competitive summer boot camp reality show geared toward weight loss. As the competition grows more intense, the contestants realize they are losing more than just weight. They are losing competitors. As contestants disappear in the night, it becomes apparent that a killer is on the loose and $1 million is at stake. Please, Al Snow, be the killer in this. I haven't seen this, obviously, but please, Al Snow, be the killer. There you have it, people. Camp Massacre with Al Snow. Are you tough enough? Next up, guys, I have not seen this but one time. I don't remember anything about it. I streamed it on Netflix. I don't own this movie. This comes from Lionsgate Home Entertainment. I'm talking about American Psycho 2. I wonder if this one's okay. Angrier, deadlier, sexier. Is that a... how do you say her name? Let's see. What's her name? Mila Kunis. That's Kushner's wife, right? American Psycho 2. Yeah, this one's going to be fun to revisit. I don't remember much. I don't remember if I liked it. There you have it. What year did this come out? This is probably like, what, 2004? 2003? It doesn't have a year on the back of here for some reason. Yeah, let me know if you guys remember this one or if you like this one. American Psycho 2. Let's see how worse this can get. Oh, yeah. This one just looked ridiculous. I had to grab it. Beneath, a film by Larry Fessenden. Terror lies just below the surface. Looks like giant-ass carp. I got this because I thought that was Reggie Bannister, but I don't think that's actually him. But you can understand how I probably thought it was. 3 out of 4 skulls. Beneath is the kind of movie where schlocky thrills are the bait, but it winds up giving you more to chew on. Michael Gingold from Fangoria. Michael Gingold, I know that guy. Okay, when a group of young friends commemorating their high school graduation take a trip to the remote Black Lake, their celebration turns into a nightmare. Trapped in a leaking boat with no oars, the teens face the ultimate test of friendship and sacrifice during a terror-stricken fight for survival when they find something is living beneath the surface. Daniel Zavato, Bonnie Dennison, Chris Conroy, and Mark Margolis from Breaking Bad. That's Hector! That's Hector from Breaking Bad! Star in this highly suspenseful and bloody thriller. Well, that made me happier. Oh my god, this is Scream Factory. This is a Scream Factory release. Beneath. There you have it. Look at that. Yeah, it even has Scream Factory on the disc. Y'all see that? So there you have it. This probably came out in like 2013, 14. 13. There you have it. This is when Scream Factory's putting movies out on DVD. Well, this is interesting. We just looked at Beneath. Now we're going to look at Beneath. Now, this is a different one. The reason I got this was this right here, IFC Midnight. I collect IFC Midnight movies. I have a pretty good collection. One of these days, I'm actually going to drop my video that I've already recorded called Hitting the Anchor Bay Jackpot, where I got a ton of IFC titles, but I also got a bunch of the Anchor Bay tins. I got Maniac, The Beyond. I got to post that damn video. But I'm collecting a lot of IFC titles because they've actually put out a lot of good stuff from the 2000s. And this one actually had my attention. The Gravity of a Coal Miner's Movies. So, let me read this to you. I think you'll agree. Veteran coal miner George Marsh is about to retire. Oh, it's Jeff Fahey as well. Veteran coal miner George Marsh is about to retire, and he's giving his daughter Samantha a tour of the mine on his last day. 600 feet below the surface, a catastrophic collapse traps them and a crew of miners. M-I-N-E-R-S, people. Leaving them with 72 hours before rescue workers arrive. But the drill strike that caused the disaster also opens a hole in an unknown chamber, and before long the crew suspects they may not be alone. With their oxygen supply steadily depleting, George and Samantha must figure out a way to stay alive as resources become scarce and the danger rises. Inspired by true events, Beneath is a claustrophobic, bleak, and terrifying look at humanity at its deepest, darkest places. That's cool. And the fact that this is Jeff Fahey, I didn't recognize him at first because of the beard he has on the back. Yeah, I'm excited to watch this. This sounds really cool. I love movies about people being trapped in tight spaces because I have a phobia, obviously. I'm fairly claustrophobic. So the idea of watching a movie about something that has that element is very intriguing to me. Next up, I got this out of sheer respect. Please, people, do not sleep on Indicator's 4K release of Bruiser from George Romero. I reviewed that movie. That video tanked. It only did... It did low for my channel, and it broke my heart. Although it did reach people, and if you're watching this and you did get Bruiser off of my recommendation, thank you. I want to keep George's memory not only alive, but also a lot of the films he did that are not Living Dead films, because he made some good films, including Bruiser. And I got this out of respect. I wanted to have this classic DVD release of Bruiser. I like this movie, guys. What can I say? Seeing the Misfits, Michael Graves era performing this is just insane. But this is a fun movie. I really enjoy it. It's not great, but it's a good film. It's a good film. And it's got the George Romero isms. It feels like a George Romero film, and I like it. So get that 4K from Indicator or the 4K scan Blu-ray that they have if the 4K is already sold out. Hopefully it's not. But please, people, Indicator did literally a journeyman's job on that release. But yeah, I got this out of sheer respect. To get this as cheap as I did, a couple bucks just to have it in the collection, just pay respect to the man. Gotta have this for George. Love that movie, and I love the song Bruiser that the Misfits did for the movie. It's just a great punk song. Last but certainly not least, this is a movie I have not seen, and I got this for $4. And I got this instead of the Blu-ray because of this. I don't know if it means anything. Rental exclusive, The Belko Experiment. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never seen this for one reason or another. I think I remember when it came out, the title did not grab me, but I hear it's a good movie. Welcome to Belko Industries, a normally calm workplace that's about to devolve into a blood-soaked battle royal and a shocking case study of bone-crunching horror. When 80 American employees are suddenly locked in the office building in Bogota, Colombia, a mysterious voice on the intercom orders them to participate in a ruthless game of kill or be killed. As the terror escalates, so does the body count. Now everybody is a competitor, and everyday objects become deadly weapons. Let the corporate carnage commence. That sounds fun. And I'm looking on the back of here, and Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, is in this. Orion Pictures. Wow, interesting. It even says so right there, Orion. Rental exclusive. This may not mean anything. I don't know if it means that there's something special on this, but it's cool to have that because that's just a word you don't see anymore. Rental exclusive. So, the Belko experiment, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if that's good. Yeah, I'm excited to hopefully Office Space meets Battle Royale. Interesting. Let me know what you guys think about that. So there you have it, guys. That is a bunch of horror movies that I got from my video store, and yeah, just excited to go through some of those and file those away. I'm keeping it alive, guys. Believe me, I'm doing my best to keep it alive, and I love going there. So hopefully you enjoyed looking at a stack of horrible and some decent movies. But thank you guys for watching. This is your old pal CHH. Do me a favor, drop a like on this video, drop a comment. Even if you leave me a negative comment, just drop something. That way it'll boost me up in the algorithm, and you'll see my face again, hopefully down the road if you're not a subscriber. You can also subscribe. Doesn't cost anything, and I totally appreciate it, guys. I love doing this. I love making videos for you guys and connecting with y'all. For now, this is your old pal CHH, and God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you guys down the road. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.